Dear friends, I welcome you all to this video presentation. In this presentation, I will explain and demonstrate on how my WEBQUEST works. My WEBQUEST is based on the Pythagorean theorem. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am Ashwin Govindan. I hail from Nandi, Fiji Islands. I am a mathematics teacher and this is my 10th year of teaching. I am married with a daughter. Please find me on Facebook if you want to know more about me. Anyways, moving on with my presentation. First of all, I want to show you how to get to my WEBQUEST. All you need to do is search for Zunal-Ashwin on the Google search engine. You will come across this web link. Click on this link and there you go. This is the author's page, but as you see, the components of the WEBQUEST are given on the left side of the profile picture. Basically, the components are made up of the title, introduction, task, process, evaluation, conclusion, and the teacher's page or corner. I have chosen Zunal to create my WEBQUEST as it already has all these built-in templates. In addition, Zunal provides with the author's page, review, statistics, etc., though these are not really needed for the design. Let me take you through each of these components that I have used in designing my WEBQUEST. The first is the title page. The title page provides a brief outline of concepts found inside this WEBQUEST. I have also created a picture for the title page which may draw attention of users of my WEBQUEST, especially the students. The picture in fact depicts what the WEBQUEST is based on. I have created this picture using PowerPoint. Furthermore, I have embedded the LCD text to capture attention of the learners. Let's move on to the next page, which is the introduction. You can click on introduction itself in the panel. This component of the WEBQUEST helps in setting of a platform for the activities or the tasks. It basically introduces learners to the entire WEBQUEST and what to expect. It also tries to capture learners' attention and draw them to the quest. I have used a cartoon picture of Goofy in order to draw the learners to the quest. Technically, Goofy would be the one taking the learners on a tour of the WEBQUEST. To keep my learners focused, I have given an icebreaker question titled "Help the fireman to save the kid." The description of the question is given as shown here. To help further, I have also provided a picture of the scenario. The picture is attached under Resources, given in two formats: PowerPoint and Microsoft Word. The learners can use whichever format they wish to use. Remember, it's the same picture given in two formats. In this question, I expect my learners to do a little bit of thinking. They are to devise their own ways to solve this problem, not necessarily using the Pythagorean theorem. They can resort to methods like scale drawing and so forth. Once the learners complete this question, they are to move to the task page. Click on Task in the panel to go to this page or simply click Next. This component gives the goal of the task, stating what the students will be asked to do in the quest. Thus, there are three goals of this WEBQUEST, and these are as follows. Number 1. Find out facts about Pythagoras. 2. Demonstrate a proof of the Pythagorean theorem. And 3. Use the Pythagorean theorem to solve problems. After the task comes the process page. Click on Next to go to this page. This is probably the longest part of the WEBQUEST. Learners are required to spend maximum time here than with any other components. This is where they are to carry out the actual activities related to the quest. I would regard the process page as the heart of the web quest. Now looking at my process page, I tried fulfilling all the characteristics related to the process component. I have divided the activities or the tasks into 3. These are in line with the goals of this web quest already seen under task. There are 19 resources that I have included as part of the 3 activities. Before the learners jump onto the tasks, they are to first read through the instructions given. Now let's see some of the things they are to do. Number 1, they have to work in groups of 3 or 4. 2, they have to choose a group name. 3, they have to choose a presenter. And 4, make a 5-minute oral presentation on the life of Pythagoras and demonstrate the proof of the Pythagorean theorem. Also, the learners are to visit the evaluation page to see how they will be assessed. Let's look at the evaluation section and then I'll bring you back to this page. All you need to do is click on evaluation. This section provides with a rubric for measuring the learners' outcomes. In this web quest, the learners would be assessed as follows. For tasks 1, 2 and the fireman question, they will be assessed as a group. All members will receive the same grading. For task 3, they will be assessed individually. Let's look at the rubric now to see the scores. For task 1, the maximum score is 15. For task 2, it is 10. For task 3, it is 20. For the initial problem, the maximum score is 5. These add to give a maximum score of 50. Let's get back to the process page and have a look at the 3 activities. Once the instructions are adhered to, they are to move through tasks 1, 2 and 3. In task 1, the learners are to find out the facts about Pythagoras. In order to do this, they are required to go through resource number 1 to 5. Resources 2 to 6 contain the links to websites related to the history of Pythagoras. While going through these resources, the learners can answer the focus questions provided under the task description, or they can download a copy containing the same questions attached as resource number 1. These questions will help them to prepare a summary for their presentation. They can include any other interesting facts which are not part of the focus questions. After finding the facts, group presentations should take place. Now let's look at task 2. In task 2, the learners are required to go through some websites on the proof of the Pythagorean theorem. While doing this, they are to pick one of the proofs and demonstrate the same to the class. They are to do this task in groups as well. The resources for this task are resources number 7 to 15. Resource number 10 is a YouTube video created by me. Let's look at task 3 now. In task 3, they are to use the Pythagorean theorem length to solve right angle triangles. First of all, they are required to download a copy of the student's worksheet attached as resource number 19. After this, they are to go through resources 16, 17 and 18. These websites will help the learners to learn how to use the theorem before attempting the worksheet questions. This time they are to work individually. They may discuss the problems with each other but answer individually. After the worksheets are filled, it has to be given to the teacher for marking. So these were the requirements of the process page. Now let's move to the conclusion page. This page first of all summarizes the whole quest, that is, the main points of the lesson. Secondly, it takes the learners back to the fireman problem. This time, it requests students to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve the problem. Remember, this has to be done by the students in groups and the answer sheet submitted to the teacher for marking. Furthermore, this page provides links to other related websites containing quizzes and games. Let's look at the Teacher's Corner now. In this section, I have included some further notes on the purpose for me designing this WebQuest. I have included the objectives of the lesson, resources that needs to be used by the teacher, more online resources and references. Also, I have included the solutions for the students' worksheet as well as the solution for the initial problem in regards to the fireman and the kid. Students' worksheet solutions are attached as resource number 1 in PDF format. The fireman and the kid solution is attached as resource number 2. This solution is shown using a PowerPoint. This WebQuest, once used effectively, can enhance students' learning to a great extent. Now that brings us to the end of the presentation. I would like to thank you all for watching and listening to my presentation. Wishing you all a happy teaching. Thank you.